You guys watch Russell Band? Russell Brand?
Oh my god,
Kinda.
Russell Brand.
I
Timmy's
don't
a
He's
watch, but I
TikToker. Dude, you need to watch Russell Brand. He's
no. The media fucking like destroyed him for no reason at
dude,
all.
he
Like
well, I don't understand that either.
they didn't. It's
well
because
he
he was
I
kind of
watched
a
a couple of his
crackhead for a
videos,
little bit. He was abusing drugs and
but he
alcohol
did,
for a
he
little
did, he
bit.
did admit that though.
yeah,
Yeah, exactly. He fucking
and
admitted it,
plus it was
and
like
He
he
a
got
long
admitted
ass
sober.
that
time ago.
when he was in that
Mhm.
state of mind, like nobody should have listened to him.
Yeah, exactly. Like he fucking fully admitted and apologized for everything.
Yeah,
Everything.
he so like yeah, he mentions it a lot. He's like, "Yeah, I'm a fucking former addict." He's like but but dude, if you watch his shit, he like talks some fucking shit about like
Oh, he talks deep shit.
everything. Like Pfizer, what the government's doing. He calls it for what it is, dude. He's probably like one of the most truthful people out there. I would believe his ass before I believe anything I see on the fucking news. Because he's always talking
Dude,
about the news. He's like, what the fuck is going on?
Right?
it's
I
so
mean, and
sad that
especially when
people
he
like
gets on a
still have
news
faith in the
channel as
news.
well, he really
Tears into
puts
them
he tears it
directly.
tears into it. He's like, "Why are you fucking doing this shit? You're a
You're
fucking comedian.
supporting
You
the
should know what
yeah.
the fucking government's doing."
You're supporting the media at which they are able to put these terrible laws down, appropriate the cultures, deprive the people of what they need, empower the
Exactly,
government.
exactly.
And then the interviewer is just all nervous, like,
Dude, Timmy, Bill, and I fucking watched this like archaeology documentary. I totally forgot what the fucking name is, but it was this fucking famous. God damn, I should probably fucking look it up before I fucking start talking about it. So, ancient apocalypse.
Ancient
Oh,
apocalypse.
Yeah, so fucking Billy Goat, Tony, and I are fucking
Netflix
watching. We're
documentary.
watching Netflix. We were just geeked off our minds and like drinking and shit. And
We were gonna
so
go snowboarding the next day, weren't
I think so. But
we? Yeah.
I was like, bro, let's watch this documentary. I saw it. They weren't very convinced, but we ended up fucking watching it and called a pot.
How long was it? It
Ancient.
was longer than we thought.
It was pretty fucking long, but it was like it's called Ancient Apocalypse, and this guy, what's his name? Uh, Graham Hancock. He fucking is talking about how all these archaeology sites, like they're prehistory, and so he, like they're talking about how fucking smart they are, like how accurate they are with like math and aligning shit with the stars, and it's just like he's talking about like Göbekli Tepe, I think it's called, but
oh yeah.
all those like fucking buildings that he's like talking about how like they're probably like
Pompeii?
star. No,
No, Ubiquate the
Göbekli Tepe.
Ubiquity. Yeah, it's like a temple, right?
It's like he thinks it's a star observatory because like if you, I think like a bunch of shit lines up with stars, but if you like look at the carvings, like there's fucking snakes everywhere over there, and then if you go to like there's just like shit everywhere around the world, like ancient prehistory civilization like landmarks and sites. They all have like fucking snakes on them, and it's kind of
I feel
weird.
like there's 100% lost technology.
Oh yeah, man. But
Like as
he,
far as some weird astrology shit like that, where they know the exact position of all these fucking astral bodies. It's weird.
yeah, like
How'd they
they,
know that?
he was,
Prehistory with all their
Yeah.
writing
Did they have
about
telescopes?
stuff in the
Did they figure out
stars and all that.
glass? Did they figure out glass so they could make like lenses and mirrors? Well, I guess
They
mirrors aren't glass, but
no, they just
you
had
know what I'm
really
saying.
good eyeballs, man.
Yeah, well,
They
they
saw
must
them.
have.
They
They-
saw that
they-
dandruff in the
just
sky
They just
and
squinting.
fucking
thought,
they just squinted really hard. They fucking saw
Or
shit better.
here's a trippy thing: what if all those stars and shit were way, 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 way closer? Like obviously they were because it was in the past, but they weren't like that close, you know. But what if they were? What if
Hey
they were
man, the
way
moon,
close?
the
yeah,
moon
They like got
drifts.
what if
everything got blown up,
The
pushed
moon
away.
drifts an inch away
pushed
from
away by a
Earth
big old
every year.
um
And if you go
by a
back in
big old
time, that moon's
star fart?
2,000 inches. 2,000 inches closer to Earth. That's a whole 166 feet.
166 feet. Did you just do the math?
Yeah, I'm that fucking smart, Alec. That is 50 meters.
50 meters.
50
Oh,
meters.
I fell off the map, Jimmy.
Oof.
It took
God.
2,000 years for that big old fucking rock in the sky to drift 50 meters from.
Uh-oh.
Isn't it getting pulled back though? I thought.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's
The
getting
last
further
thing
away.
I heard was it's getting further away from us.
Yeah.
But anyways, back to this
Any
Tepe
hoot.
stuff. But he's like, I think he's an astronomer, and he keeps on talking about fucking archaeology, like he knows some shit, and then all the archaeologists are like, no, I don't, no, you're wrong, and so he's been like fucking canceled, fucking criticized like deeply
It's
because
he
this
takes
this
psychedelics too.
astronomer is fucking saying like, hey guys, look at these fucking buildings and look up at the sky, and the archaeologists are like, no, fuck you.
We don't believe it.
We don't believe it. But he sees like all these fucking things about serpents falling from the sky and shit, and then the documentary goes into like theories of like the Great Flood, and like how like, you know, Christianity, you know, Noah's Ark, the Great Flood. Well, Japan had a fucking Great Flood story, and
Everyone, yeah.
Everyone did, and
almost every
especially
culture
with Atlantis.
has this fucking Great Flood story. And so, if you fucking go onto Google Maps, or like, yeah, look at a fucking map of the Earth, you look in the Atlantic Ocean, and there's this like big ass fucking ring looking thing in the ocean, and to me that looks like a fucking asteroid smacked that shit. And so his theory was that all these cultures and everything, they fucking were looking up at the skies, and they drew these serpents in the sky, like coming from the sky, because he predicts that there's a fucking comet that like came super close to us and like broke apart, and pieces of the comet were fucking falling from the sky and then hit the ocean. And so if you look at where they think Atlantis is, it's like smack dab right in the middle of that big ass crater looking thing in the ocean. It looks like fucking. So my theory is like there probably was an Atlantis, but it just got fucking like tactical and nuked. Like it just got fucking nuked out of existence. They're like even the Native Americans, dude. They got a fucking serpent pointing in the same exact area where all these other monuments are fucking pointing to look up at the sky. Because they're like, hey, let's not forget this because it's probably gonna happen again. So
I hope not.
So his theory is that they're all like warnings or like markers to point into the sky so that they can remember to look at that area to see if the fucking snakes are gonna fall out of the sky again.
I hope it don't rain snakes.
Rain snakes.
I hope it does. We're all too fucking stupid. Like, honestly, just press the reset button. Like, they probably thought that back in the
Reset button
past,
is a meteor, Brad. It's
Dude.
always been a meteor.
It could all just be a simulation.
Yeah, really, honestly. A corrupted save.
Corrupted save. That's all. All we need is to load.
Just imagine, like, you look up in the fucking sky and you see this big old bright thing. You're like, what the fuck?
It's
is
a
that?
fucking
new.
meteor.
That's new.
Hey, when did stars just start appearing out of fucking nowhere? Like a couple weeks later. Hey
How the
guys,
dinosaurs felt.
it's getting closer.
Hey, the people. Should we? That's how Pompeii felt, really. That is how Pompeii felt.
Yeah, but they
Pompeii.
they got their own personal volcano to murder them.
Bro, I pull up fucking detailed Earth map and it pulls up
And
a
Atlantis
fucking
had
map of RuneScape. Jesus
Oh my God.
Christ.